Hi everyone. It's such a pleasure to be with you. And you don't know how much I mean that. So I'm honored to be here with you, and I hope that the next 45 minutes will be of great value to you. My objective is for you to have like a mini retreat as we end the year, and what an amazing year it has been. As we end the year, it's great to sort of reflect on how it has been. How has the roller coaster affected me? And who do I want to be as I welcome the new year? And when I do these talks, some people like me because they realize something that they can work on themselves. Some people hate me. They feel like it's a personal attack. So let me know which one it will be. All right. So let me just talk about what I do first. So Noel said a lot of big words. So I do coaching, one-on-one coaching. I do relationship coaching, executive coaching, group and team coaching, using NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. So we say that neuro-linguistic programming is the technology for rewiring the brain. So many people would say, this is who I am. This is what I've always been. And I say, that might be the biggest lie that you're telling yourself. Because who you are just might be what's limiting you the most. And with neuro-linguistic programming, we understand the language of the brain and understand the programming that we have in life. We have our own programming for getting ourselves motivated, for defeating ourselves. So you'd be familiar with self-sabotage. All of these are allowed to be given language and structure and be called a name with neuro-linguistic programming. So I didn't expect Noel to introduce me. I'll just show a bit of the things that I do. So that's who I am. Next slide. So I've been called the love expert. I don't know how much of an expert I am. Next, please. So I support She Talks Asia, which is a women empowerment group. Next slide, please. I've been on I Wonder many times. I think I'll be featured on this week's episode as well. And I also do body language analysis for Cosmopolitan, and I have an upcoming documentary which will come out next year in Asia, also on body language. And I'm also co-founder of Flourish Circle, which is an NGO for mental health. We're hoping to provide a community-based solution for mental health. So by community-based, we want everyone to be able to participate in the solution. So we have volunteers, we train them to help people facilitate their depression and anxiety into wellness and health. Next slide, please. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. So first question that I want to ask you is, how much do you love your life now? Whenever I coach people, a lot of them would say, you need to coach this, you need to coach this, you need to coach this. And when I finally meet the person that they've been referring to, the people say, I don't need to be coached. I'm okay. I'm good. And I say, is there anything in your life that you don't like? Oh, not really. Well, I'm stressed. Well, sometimes I have difficulty sleeping. Sometimes I have a fight with my kids. I don't like my husband most days. I don't like myself most days. So I said, it seems like we could go 5-6 sessions with that. Oh. So whatever your life is now is feedback of your beliefs, is feedback of how well your thinking is working for you. If you were to list the things that you don't like about yourself, those are all just symptoms of what's happening inside. So I wonder, just in those that I'm saying, what pictures are flashing in your mind? If only I could blank. If only this person could be blank in my life, I'd be happy. Abraham Maslow, sorry that's too loud. Abraham Maslow, who came up with the self-actualization model, hierarchy of needs, if you're familiar, says that a musician must make music, an artist must paint, a poet must write, if he is to be ultimately at peace with themselves. Many people that I meet, either at work and coaching, just random strangers, many of them would say, if only I could afford to do this, whatever that is. Some would like farming, painting. Some would want to just lie down and watch K-drama all day. Some would want to just sit down and read books all day. But I can't do that. And I said, why not? Well, because life. And I said, so it's life's fault that you're not able to do what you want to do. And every time people say that, I start thinking, what is this person's beliefs? How is this person limiting himself or herself from being the best that they can? I just left PNG after 14 years. And I have achieved the balance that I want in my life, even if I work every day, maybe 12 to 14 hours. Because I love everything that I do every single moment. And whenever I tell people that, they go, oh, buti ka pa. Oh, you're lucky. And I say, I'm not lucky. I work for it. It took me almost 10 years to get me to where I am. When I was in my early 20s, I had a goal. I said, I want to get to a point in my life where I wake up every day and I thank God that I'm alive. And that took a really long while for me to get there. Every day when I was in PNG, I would hate everything from my bed to myself to the water. I blamed everything for a bad day, for making me stressed. And I said, this is not going to last because I'm going to work for that moment where every day I love myself, I love living life. And I said, I worked for it for 10 years. What are you doing to get to your dream state? But the problem is, and it's the big but, Michael's thanking me. We'll talk later. So my question to you is, and it's quite a small group, so just feel free to speak up if you're able to. What is stopping you? If you think it's someone else, if you think it's life, if you think it's the world, you're on the wrong track. Because if you start that way, guess what? 5 years from now, you'll be exactly where you are. Because life will always be like that. Or the world will be like that if you treat it that way. You get what you give energy to. So if you blame it on someone else, then try again. With the many people I've talked to, and I probably have maybe more than 1,000 coaching hours already. The one thing, so I was thinking, what's common among these people? So I coach people from 10 years old to almost 70, people in their 70s, from different walks of life. Some would be CEO, hiring thousands of people, to someone who's just fresh out of college, trying out their life, trying out the real world. The one thing that I think is common is loyalty. I haven't drunk anything. You're probably thinking, what's she smoking? So, what are you loyal to when it comes to, next slide please, I'm so sorry. You're gonna hear next slide, please, like 50 more times. Is your identity. What do we mean by identity? Identity is how we define ourselves. When you talk about yourself, what are the things that you'd normally hear yourself say? I am blank. I do this. I wish I could do more of this, but I can't do this. I am not good in business. Oh, I'm not good in dealing with people. Oh, I don't know how to talk to strangers. I don't know how to sell. These are things that people would normally define themselves with. And sometimes, just a few minutes of talking to a person, I'd be able to gauge how successful this person is. I don't need to see what you're wearing. I don't need to see your watch or your bag. Just with how you define yourself, I'd be able to assess, how happy is this person? Or how must the people around this person feel? Would they be happy with this person? And how able is this person to achieve his or her highest dreams? What's the story that you tell yourself? Many people start their stories from the time they were 3 years old, 4 years old. In fact, if any of you is familiar with psychology, Erik Erikson's model of stages of development tells us that a baby from 0 to 9 months develops the ability to trust or mistrust the world. Imagine that. Parents, imagine how much it's going to impact your children, whether you're available for them or not. 0 to 9 months old. If at that time they don't get what they need, they grow up thinking the world is a dangerous place. So if there's a business opportunity, because the world is dangerous, I'm not going to go there. I can't trust anyone. Once they grow up to 2 years old, they start having boundaries. They start saying, no, terrible twos. And when parents say you cannot say no, 30, 40 years later, their boss tells them to do everything. I'm stressed, I can't do it anymore, but I'm going to do it. Because they lost that ability to say no. 6 years old, they start to do something. Mama, I want to dance. Mama, I want to build a house. And you go, shut up, I'm busy. They go doubting themselves. I can't do it. I don't have the ability to. Even if they grow up to be magna cum laude, summa cum laude, they grow up to believe, I can't do it. I'm not allowed to do something that's beyond the rules. But who gives you the rules? So think about that. The rules that you've been living by. I can't do that. I'm not able to do that. Is that allowed for me to just approach a stranger? Is that allowed for me to say no to authority? Whose rules are you living by? And there's no right or wrong. The only question is, do you like your life now? Because if you don't like your life, it's probably the wrong rules that you're following. What's your set of beliefs? A belief is something that we hold true. So someone says it, we say, that's true. I confirm that to be true. And a belief, something doesn't have to be true for us to believe it. Someone tells me I'm stupid, I can have the highest IQ, and I can still believe I'm stupid. And we could have a low IQ and still believe I can do it. And the dangerous thing about beliefs is, a belief is a command to your body. Henry Ford said, if you believe you can do it, you're probably right. If you believe you can't do it, you're probably right. So if you are going to be right, which right do you want to be? So I wonder how you've been leading your life so far. Is it with the belief of I can? Or is it with the belief of I can't? Or this is my mom's fault. This is my dad's fault. When I was a child, this is what they did to me. And so I'm like this. So again, loyal to your story. What does your prison sound like? People's prisons could be as simple as, I'm not good enough. It's not gonna work. Who am I to make this work? Maya Angelou says that we're actually not afraid of failure. The biggest thing that we're afraid of is who we can be, is the light that shines within. And the magic about saying a statement is, as soon as you say it, the demons pop up. Try saying, I'm beautiful. Those demons are going to say, you're fat, you're, and all that. So catch them when they do that. I can. So list the things that you've been saying I can't, and just practice switching that. So I can. What if I can? And the next question to ask is, what needs to happen for me to be that person? What needs to happen for me to be able to do it? Do I have to learn a skill? Do I need to change my beliefs? Do I need to stop sabotaging my own self? What will you do? What kind of future awaits you if you can be who you want to be? If you can learn the skills? If you can take things one step at a time? Can you imagine a different future than how your life is? The past 2 weeks, 2 people that I've been classmates with since first year college. So I was first year college in 2001. I've been friends with them for 19 years. Just these past weeks, they go, Sheila, I'm gonna reach my dreams because you made me believe that I can. So one person initially said, I'm gonna stay in the corporate world until retirement. I'm just gonna keep it easy. I'll achieve a certain level, but I'll stop there so I don't get stressed. And I said, but that's not what you want. And she said, I don't know what I want. I said, that's not true. You told me 10 years ago, you want to put up a bookstore. You want to put up a bed and breakfast. And just like that, she goes, oh my gosh, there's this land I've been wanting to look at. So today, she's meeting a real estate agent, looking at that lot. 19 years. Another friend of mine says, I wanted to take journalism when I was in college. I didn't want to do it because it's not going to give me money. So he was in banking for 12 years, fintech in 4 years. He's doing all of these things, and then with the coaching sessions, he realized, why don't I become a writer? And every week he's been attending workshops and trainings in writing. And now he's been getting assignments for it. He's been getting paid for it. He says, Sheila, how did that happen? 17 years, I was never offered anything. I decide I want to do it, opportunities pop up. Because you have to take the first step. You have to tell the world, I'm ready. I'm going to do it. And of course, that depends on what do you believe about life? What do you believe about the world? If you believe that the world is unsafe, that life is scarce. There's a scarcity mindset of there's not enough for everyone. They're there because they started early. They're there because they're gifted. It's not true. They're there because they work for it. Or are you going to work for yourselves? So what do you want to live for? Every single day, what do you want to start telling yourself? The first thing that has to change is the inner voice, the inner dialogue. Catch that and tell yourself, what's the opposite of this statement? I hate my life. Oops, what's the opposite of that statement? I love my life. I'm not good enough. I'm good enough. Even if it doesn't feel right. Even if it feels like, but that's not true. Just think about, what do I need to do to make that real in my life? This is my last slide. I hope that you start getting on that track of living a life that you want to live. And being that person that you want to. Stop being a victim of circumstances. Stop letting life lead you. Start leading your lives. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.